Hello everyone. In this video, let us discuss about long short-term memory, which is in short called as LSTM, right? So LSTM is an advanced RNN. So it is an advanced recurrent neural network, a sequential network that allows information to persist. So what we have seen in RNN is like it has some limitation or some problem on vanishing gradient, right? So this is what we have seen. Vanishing gradient problem it has got. So in long short term memory, it is capable of handling the vanishing gradient problem. So a recurrent neural network is used for persistent memory. Say for example, you are looking into some video, you are watching a movie. So you may remember the previous scene, right? Or else just think that you are reading a book, but you remember the terms that you have studied in the earlier chapter, right? So accordingly, RNNs work. They remember the previous information and use it for processing the current input, right? But the shortcoming of RNN is that they can remember long-term dependencies due to vanishing gradient. So LSTMs are explicitly designed to avoid long-term dependency problem, right? So let us try to understand what long short-term memory is, right? So it is usually just called as LSTMs. It is a special kind of RNN capable of learning a long-term dependency. So they work tremendously well on a large variety of problems, and it is being widely used, right? So it is explicitly to avoid the long-term dependency problem. So remembering information for a long period of time is practically their default behavior, not something they struggle to learn. Okay. So now look at this. Let us discuss about the LSTM architecture. So at high level, LSTM also works something similar to RNN cell. Here, it is the internal functioning of the LSTM network, right? So the LSTM consists of three parts. You can see 1, 2, and 3. The LSTM consists of three parts, and each part shows an individual function. So the first part chooses whether the information coming from the previous timestamp is to be remembered or is irrelevant. So what this do is it will choose whether the information from the previous timestamp is to be remembered or is irrelevant and can be forgotten, right? So in the second part, the cell tries to learn new information. So in the second part, what you can see is it can no right, so it can try to 1 minute. Okay, fine. So it will try to add a new information, right? So the third one is that there is a third part that is basically the output gate, right? So this is basically the output. So here what will happen is the cell passes the update information from the current timestamp to the next timestamp, right? So hope this is clear, right? So the part 1, forget irrelevant information. Part 2, add or update new information. Part 3, pass and updated information, right? Fine. So let me tell you, these three parts, we call it as gates. The first part, we call it as forget gate, right? We call it as forget gate. And the second part is known as the input gate. And the last one is called as the output gate. So like simple RNN, LSTM also has some hidden state. So that LSTM also has a hidden state where HT minus 1. So it represents the hidden state of the previous timestamp, and HT is the hidden state of the current timestamp, right? So in addition to that, LSTM also have a cell state that is represented as CT minus 1 CT. So just remember, so LSTM also have hidden state for the previous timestamp on the and the current timestamp, and also it has cell state for previous as well as the current timestamp. Okay, so now look at this, right? So here you can see that long-term memory CT minus 1, HT minus 1, CT and HT. This is what I was telling, right? So you can see here HT minus 1 hidden state of previous timestamp and this HT is basically for the current stamp, and this is for cell, right? So the cell state basically carries the information along with the timestamps. Okay, so here the hidden stamp is basically known as short-term memory, and the cell is called a cell state is known as long-term memory. So this hidden state, no, HT minus 1, HT, the hidden states are called as short-term memory, and the cell states are called as long-term memory, right? So the cell state carries the information along with the timestamp, right? So let us try to understand how this basically works, right? So this is what we have to understand. So let me write some example. So Alex is a good person, right? So this is one sentence, and also I'm adding with that like okay, Harry on the other hand is evil. Okay, so it is the sentence, right? So let us try to understand how this sentence basically works. So we have two sentences here separated by a full stop, right? So the first sentence says that Alex is a nice person, and the second sentence is that Harry on the other hand is evil. So it's very clear that in the first sentence we are talking about Alex, and in the second step we are talking about Harry. So as we move from the first sentence to the second sentence, our network should realize that there are no more talking about Alex, right? Because now our subject is basically Harry, right? So here the forget gate of the networks allows it to forget about it. Hope I'm clear, right? So this is what we have to understand about the forget gate. So in the cell of the LSTM network, the first step is to decide whether we should keep the information from the previous timestamp or forget it. Whether we should keep the information or we have to forget it, right? So this is basically the equation of the forget gate, right? So Ft is equal to sigma xt into Uf plus Ht minus 1 into Wf, right? So what is this xt? Xt is nothing but input to, this is t, right? So input to current timestamp, right? So current timestamp. So what is this Uf? Uf is nothing but weight associated with that, associated with the input, right? So what is Ht minus 1? So again, this is going to be the hidden state, right? T minus 1, right? So hidden state of the previous timestamp, right? Hidden state of the previous timestamp, right? So what is this WF going to be? This is the weight matrix, right? So what is WF? This is the weight matrix associated with the hidden state, right? So now I hope this is clear, right? So what does this forget gate do? It decide whether we should keep the information from the previous timestamp or forget it, right? So then the sigmoid function is applied on it. Now we know about sigmoid, right? So what does this sigmoid function basically do? It will fit a number between 0 to 1, right? So already we got Ft, right? In forget gate, we are getting output as Ft, right? So now this Ft is being multiplied with the cell state of the previous timestamp. So we got Ft. This is being multiplied with the cell state of the previous timestamp, right? So we get Ct minus 1 into Ft, right? So like this is what we are getting. If this is equal to 0, if Ft is equal to 0, forget everything. And if it is equal to Ct minus 1, if Ft is equal to 1, forget nothing, right? So if Ft is 0, then the network will forget everything. And if the value of Ft is 1, it will forget nothing. So the first sentence we were talking about Alex, and after a full stop, the network will encounter Harry. In an ideal case, the network should forget about Alex, right? So the next one, right? So the next one is about the input gate, right? So let us look into the input gate now. Okay. So now let me write another example like Alex knows swimming. He told me over the phone that he served the Navy for 3 long years. Okay, so let us try to understand. So in both these sentences, we are talking about Alex. So both give different kind of information. So the first sentence is telling me that he knows swimming. And in the second sentence, it is saying that like he served the Navy for 3 long years, right? So both give different kinds of information about Alex. So in the first sentence, we get the information about swimming. Second sentence, over the phone, we got to know that he served in the Navy for 4 years. So now just think about it. Based upon the context in the given first sentence, which information of the second sentence is critical? So first, he used the phone to tell, or he served in Navy, right? So in this context, it doesn't matter whether he used the phone or any other medium of communication to pass on the information. So the fact that he was in the Navy is important information and is something we want our model to remember. So this is the task of the input gate. So input gate is used to quantify the importance of the new information carried by the input. So this is the equation of the input gate. IT is equal to sigma xt into ui plus ht minus 1 into wi. So what is this xt? Xt is nothing but the input at the current timestamp, right? Fine. So what is ui? Ui is nothing but weight matrix of input, right? So what is ht minus 1? We know that it is the hidden state at the previous timestamp. So what is this wi? Wi is the weight matrix of input associated with the hidden state. So again, we have applied sigmoid function over it. So as the result of that, the value will be ranging from 0 to 1, right? So now the next one is about the new information, right? So now here, like what is being done is, see, Ni is equal to tan h, right, xt into uc plus ht minus 1 into wc, right, wc, right? So now the new information needed to be passed to the cell state is a function of hidden state at the previous timestamp, that is t minus 1, and input x at timestamp t. So what is the activation function here? Activation function here is tan h. So what is happening now? Because of the tan h function, we will be getting the information ranging from -1 and 1. So if the value of nt is negative, right? So sorry, this is basically nt, right? So if the value of nt is negative, then the information is subtracted from the cell state. And if the value is positive, the information is added to the cell. Very simple. See, nt is negative, the information is subtracted from the cell state. If the value is positive, then the information is added to the cell state at the current timestamp, right? So the nt won't be added directly to the cell state, right? So you can, this is what previously I have written over there, and this is being the cell date now being updated. So what is happening now? Ct is equal to ft into ct minus 1 plus it into nt. So what is ct minus 1? Ct minus 1 is the cell state, right? It is the cell state at the current timestamp, sorry, and others are the values we have calculated previously. Sorry, I'm talking about CT. CT is the cell state, right? So hope it is clear. Now the next one is about the output. Now let me give you another sentence. So this is happening here, updating the cell state, right? Okay. So now let me tell you another one, right? So Alex single-handedly fought the enemy and died for his country, right? For his contributions, brave, right? So during this task, we have to complete the second sentence, right? So we have to complete this sentence basically. So now the minute we see the word brave, we know that we are talking about that person, Alex. So in the sentence, only Alex is brave. We cannot say that enemy is brave or the country is brave. So based on the current expectation, we have to give a relevant word to fill in the blank. So that word is our output, and this is the function of our output gate, right? So this is the equation of the output gate. Its value also lies between 0 and 1 because this is also a sigmoid function. Now to calculate the current hidden state, we will use OT and a tan H of the updated cell state, right? OT and tan H of the updated cell state. So what do we get now? It turns out the hidden state is a function of, so what do we get over here is, it is a function of long-term memory, right? So we get it as a function of long-term memory and the current output, right? And the current output. So if you need to take the output of the current timestamp, just apply the softmax activation function on it. So now here, the token with the maximum score in the output is the prediction, right? So this is how it looks like, right? So this is how it looks like. So you can look at the picture like so you can see that there is A and there is here A again. So this is the activation function you can see over here. Okay. So in the next video, we can have a clear idea about it.